Hello everybody, this is Tank and Trucker. I'm going to do a video. Yes, you see me. It is me, the real me. I am going to do a video review of the E-100 just because I haven't played it in such a long time and there's some good and bads about it. But anyways, um, I have fixed my recording software that I use. Uh, Basically what happened was I got the updates, and the last update I had, it really made things kind of raunchy looking. The video wasn't very good quality. It looked like the tank was it wasn't good. So I formatted my hard drive, reinstalled everything because I had problems with tanks after the last patch, and I'm leaving it with the stock version of this game software that I use for doing these videos, and it runs terrific, easy to use, good quality videos, and I'm pretty happy with it. But I figured out now how to get the video where you can actually see me on your computer, because before I didn't realize I could actually turn it on. So anyways, as you can see, yes, this is a a truck. I am really a truck driver. That's why I call myself Tank and Trucker. Um, oh yeah, well, I'm on the subject about gamers and stuff. There's somebody that I've been watching on YouTube quite a bit recently. I'm pretty impressed with the videos she does. She goes by SS Sniper Wolf. For one, she's friggin' hot. But two, she's actually a very good first-person shooter gamer. And I know I've heard her say in the past that she does not play console. I mean, excuse me, PC games, just console games. But God, I'd love to get her into playing tanks for the PC version, and I think she'd like it because you can actually on a PC get a controller and have it set up to where it's like a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox controller, and run tanks with that. So it would be really no different other than it'd be hooked to a PC versus your TV. And I think she'd really like it. She'd be a really good tanker. She's really good at first-person shooters, so I think she'd be awesome at World of Tanks. And I'd love to get her in our clan because she's just a all-around good person. If you ever watch her video or any of her videos, she goes by SS Sniper. I think the SS stands for super sexy. Either that or super sweet, one of the two. But anyways, if you get a chance, check out a couple of her videos. They're actually pretty funny. She does some stuff about gaming, and she does other stuff about some site you can go on to and like video chat with people, and it'll crack you up. She's funny as hell. So anyways, let's get to the E-100. So anyways, a while back, they did do a buff on the E-100. Mainly, it's just a gun, basically. They upped the amount of penetration that it has to 234 or 235. I think it's 234. Well, I can look. Duh. 235, so I was off by one. And then, of course, you got your heat round. That bumps up to 3 something. Yeah, 334. Average damage is still 750. And then you got your HE that's got 85 pen. Average damage is 950. But when they did up the amount of penetration with a gun, it's still, the E-100 for the tier 10 has the lowest pen, I believe, out of all the tier 10s. I mean, you can get like the T110E4. You look at the standard penetration on that round, it's phenomenal. I think it's close to 300. Or it actually might be a little bit higher than 300 on a standard round. And I just don't understand why when they did buff the E-100, they only took the penetration up to 234. Did I say 234? 235. Why they didn't take, they could have taken it like to 250 at least, my gosh, you know, and then you would have to not, everybody that runs E100, okay, not everyone, I'd say about 85-90% of people that run their E100 usually have to sling their heat rounds, their gold premium rounds, because due to the fact that you won't pen anything. When you got a 16 give or take second load time in this tank and an average damage of 750, and you're not penning stuff, I mean, you're not any asset to the game other than if they're using you as a pinata for damage, so the other tanks are getting shot at. But I really think that Wargaming needs to buff the gun some more. Get it up to at least 250, guys. I mean, come on, give us a fighting chance. Um, it's still a great tank. It's got awesome armor. I'm going to tell you right now, one thing you definitely want to do, and you've probably heard it in the past from other people that's done reviews. I mean, the tank's been in the game since it came out. I mean, the original three were your U.S. tanks, your German tanks, and your Russian tanks. E-100's been in there since day one. Awesome tank. But when you're running this tank, the big trick to bounce a lot of rounds is you want to keep your turret with your hull when you're not aiming at something to shoot at it, and you want to stay at a 45-degree angle. So you'd want to stay, let's say that Type 4 heavy over there was going to shoot at me. I would keep my turret to my hull like this, and I would be angled more, obviously, and you'll bounce a lot of rounds. But watching this video, you're going to notice several times, and I mean several times, I do exactly not what you're supposed to do. And a lot of times that I got penetrated, it was due to the fact of my own stupidity and aiming before I was loaded and giving them a great shot, you know, nice flat flush shot of my frontal armor on the turret. But, you know, as long as you keep that straight, you'll bounce a lot of... I still did bounce a lot of damage. I mean, you'll see in a little bit here. So let's get going. And I'm going to crank it up just to get the timer down here. And when I took off right here, I take off, and I always go over to the right on this map, Serene Coast. I don't know if you guys can see my little cursor down here, but if you look at the bottom right of the screen at your mini map, the thing that looks like the little boot there, like reminds me of Italy, that boot right there, that's where most of your heavies go on this map, because otherwise the heavies got to climb way up that hill, and by the time they get up there, you've got your sub-mediums go this way and heavies this way from the enemy team. They'll be on our capping us before you know it. So most of your super heavies, and sometimes mediums will go over this way, and kind of just hold that area back. But what I was gonna say is, I was coming around this hill. I thought I'm gonna get over there as fast as I possibly can, and no sooner than I come around this corner, a couple of their scouts come zinging down by the railroad tracks, and lo and behold, boom, I got lit. I couldn't freaking believe it. I mean, I know the E-100's big, but my gosh, the distance between them and me, and I still got lit. So I knew better than to pull out, because artillery's probably aiming in this area. Your tank destroyers are aiming in this area. Everybody's aiming in this area because they know that your heavies are going to come through here, and they're slow, easy to hit. So what I figured I'd do is I'd hang around this rock for a minute and go unlit, and then push forward, hoping that I still was only when I pulled out. So I kind of hung around here. I'll speed it up a little bit just for a second, because you see that Type 4 heavy back there? Well, keep an eye on him. If you watch, he made a detrimental mistake by staying out there way too long, and if I was lit, I can guarantee he was lit. Boom, 685. I think, by the looks of it, I want to say it was an E-100 shell that hit him, but it could have very well been artillery, but that's a T-92. I think a T-92 hitting him would have done a heck of a lot more damage, and it looks like he got hit right there. Oh, yeah, and by the way, as you can see, I'm running vanilla, no mods. Long story short, I don't know if you guys are aware. Well, you probably are. When they did the last patch, I guess what happened was the World of Tanks computer programmers, which I am not, changed something that they use for, I don't know if it's for graphics or what it's used for, to be honest with you. I really don't. All I know is it screwed up all the mods that people had made, and they had to go and rewrite all their modding programs so that when the game came out, you know, you could have your mods again. And if you stop and you use mods and you stop and look at this, it's just a handful of mods that are you're able to use. They're getting them back on there slowly, but the problem I ran into is, and I've taken my mods on and off, trying several different times to try and figure out what one it was that was screwing it up. And so the main ones that I use are XVM, basically. So I can see the stats of my team and the enemy team, so I know if they've got 3 E-100s, if their win 8 is, 300 between the three of them, or if they're Unicom players. That way you know who to stay away from, who you need to get knocked out of the game as quick as possible, who's going to be a threat to your team, or who really doesn't even know where to point the gun to shoot. And so I don't have that on here, and that's a real bummer. I like to know who's who, and if I see the Unicom players or the Super Unicom players, I'll try and get them knocked out as soon as I possibly can, because they will make a huge impact in the game. Also, well, you can't see it here. If we're back in the garage, you would. My tank carousel, not there. And also I have, normally it would be down here, and up here shows enemy rounds that hit me, the amount of damage it did, what shell they were using, and how much damage they did. And same for when I shoot somebody, it shows how much damage I did, and it keeps track of it for me, so I know exactly how much damage at the end of the game I had, which I really like. So throughout the game, if I know that I've only got 1,000 damage and I need, 2,500, 3,000 damage to get a decent win 8 in that particular tank, I need, I'll know that I need to push a little bit harder to get that extra damage to get my win 8 up there, because I like to have, at the end of the day, at the end of the night, when I'm done playing tanks, I like to have my win 8 at about 2,000 or more. Obviously more, but my win 8 currently is a 1751, that's all right. I mean, I'm not a super Unicom player. It is blue stats, but there's a lot of players out there that have green stats that are way better than me. I think that if I really buckle down and try playing a little bit more level-headed, I can get my stats up there too. But so I'm running vanilla, which I don't like, but I don't really have a choice, because every time I would, the tank would be moving like this. All of a sudden, it would freeze like that. You would hear the tank treads churning, the engine moving, and then all of a sudden, I'm way up there. It would freeze, though. It'd be like, next thing I know, like right now, I would be afraid that I would drive into the water. I would be driving along, so I'd be in the water drowning, or I'd go over a hill that I didn't mean to, and next thing I know, I'm getting decimated. So I took the mods back off, and now it seems to be running terrific. But I'm going to zing up here because I've been running my mouth. And so when I'm getting up here, what I was going to say is, too, if you look, the only thing that's even near me is the E4 is over there, and Type 4 Heavy's up there. I'm basically down here by myself, in fear of E-100, a Moss, a T-110E5, all these tanks coming over this way, which they normally do. So I'm cooking over here, and I'm not seeing anything, so I'm like, all right, oh, and there's the Moss. I'm like, yep, they're coming this way. Oh, there's the E-100. I'm like, oh, no. So anyways, I'm thinking I need to get this Moss taken out. That's 3,000 hit points, and I like to take the Moss out too, because then I'm working towards getting another mouse trap. Once you kill 10 Mosses, you get a mouse trap. So here I'm trying to keep my my turret straight on with the hull. I did it, quite a bit. I did forget too, but you'll notice that when I'm loading, you can see my loading. Oh, it disappeared. My loading icon. And there's several times that I already had turned my turret and aimed at him, and I wasn't loaded, even close to being loaded yet, and it's basically giving him free damage on my part. But also, without my mod pack on here, I have no clue if these guys are shooting me with gold or standard. As easy as this Moss was penning me, I imagine he was probably shooting gold. But right there, I got hit by the Moss, and I didn't know that 111-1 is back there, and they bounced, which, if you see, a good angle, bounced the Moss round. I think that was the Moss round. It's about the only thing I can see that would have hit me, unless they got something flying up there. The Moss is the only thing that could have shot me, and I got shot in the rear by the 111-1, and he bounced too. Not really sure where he hit me without my mods, because with my mods, I've got the color stickers on there. It shows exactly where you were hit, which I really like. So anyways, I start to push forward, and I shoot him, boom, right in the side. But, with heat ammunition, what happens when you shoot stuff on an angle? Bounces. If you shoot stuff that's got, drawing a blank here, spaced armor, it's not going to go through. So there's pros and cons with the heat rounds with most any tank that you're running heat rounds with. Yeah, it does bump your pen up high, really high, but if you hit spaced armor or if something's angled like that Moss had his turret angled really good, and stupid that I shot him there. I should have tried getting up there and getting a shot off, because everybody knows you shoot the Moss right there, that big old spot there, the big old spot on the other side, and you can't see it because I'm right up against them. But down low, that license plate area right there, I can't point it down. I don't have the mod where I can zoom in or out. But you shoot them in that license plate area, that's another weak spot. But definitely the big old area right there and on the other side, big weak spots, and you definitely want to shoot them there. So here, if you look, I'm still by myself. So I got a Moss here, 111, 1.4, and little old me going against a tank that's got 3,000 hit points. And if you look, hit me right there, right in the front. So I actually probably should have turned my turret a little more to the left, because even though I had it locked straight with my hull, he was still close enough to get a nice shot right through there. And like I said, I think these guys were shooting gold because they were going through me pretty easy. So I'm really starting to sweat bullets because I got this mouse here. And then all of a sudden the 111, 1.4 is coming over here, and I don't know who else is coming, and I'm waiting for a T92 shell to hit me. And then I noticed on my mini map that both the Type 4 Heavy and the E4 are coming, so I'm like, oh, come on, guys. But good thing this 111, 1.4 was kind of clueless. Basically, he just took my track off, and that's about it. But this Moss, I wanted to take him out, one, because of the amount of hit points he had, two, so that I got to get another mousetrap. Artillery just missed me. I believe that was an arty shell by the size of the boom right there. It hit the dirt. It had to have been an arty shell, so I got very lucky that, for one, he had to have been shooting AP, because if he'd have shot HE, he would have done splash damage on me, and it did nothing. So now I got the Moss down to pretty much one shot. And if you haven't noticed, I've been getting low rolls on almost every shot. 750 average damage, and I've been hitting for around 600 and something on most every hit. But he's got one shot to knock him out. The 111, 1.4 is down to one shot. But obviously you want to go with who's more dangerous, who's got the bigger gun, who's got better armor. That's going to be the Moss. So I'm going to try and get this Moss taken out, unless if the E4, doesn't run me over. And so I was able to take the Moss out, and I thought, okay, I'm going to push up. I thought the E4 actually shot, so I was just trying to help him out. But, I was backing up to let him get the 1.4 taken out. This whole time, I'm waiting for an arty shell just to land right in my lap. So we keep pushing up here, kind of speed it up a little bit. And then come around the corner here, and you can see up there they got a Waffle 4, AMX 50 120, the E-100, T110 E4, AMX 30. So a lot of their stuff just camped base. And so I come around the corner, E-100 sitting there. I think, beautiful shot. I'm going to take him out. We'll knock him down somewhat. And if you watch, see if I can slow it down enough. I'm aiming right at the weak spot. I've got a heat round loaded. And did you see where it hit? It hit right on the spaced armor, right on the top part of his track right there. I'm like, you got to be kidding, that close. And the accuracy just didn't do me good. So I'm backing up. What I'm trying to do is I'm just waiting for an arty shell to hit me. So I don't want him. I'm trying to not do just wiggling back and forth or what. I need to make big movements so he thinks I'm either going to keep backing up or pull forward, and that way if he shoots, I got a good chance that he'll miss me. Because with 994 hit points, if that T92 hits me, I'm dead. Plain and simple. So I'm going to push forward now and hopefully get rid of this E-100 this time. And I do. I take him out. And then I don't know what actually hit the T110 E4, because I shot a heat round, not an HE round, and I saw like 46 hit points bounce off it, or come off of him. So I don't know if artillery splashed by that E-100 also from our team or what, but I know the E4 got damaged a little bit. So I'm going to speed it up, get through the water here, and I see that 5120. Now, 5120, I've got one. I know the pen's all right. It's got the same gun as the 50B. And so what I should have actually done, this is where I made a big mistake, is I should have stayed low, because I'm low enough to where he's going to only have my turret to shoot at, and as long as I were to keep it straight, he probably wouldn't be able to pen me. And I got my lower plate hidden. But no, what do? Let's just give him our lower plate, Jeff. Come on. What was I thinking? And look at my turret. I mean, you know, here I try and help you guys out, and I'm not even paying attention to what, you know, I'm trying to teach you guys to do. You know, I should have stayed low, should have kept my turret at a 40, you know, straight with the locked with the hull, because watch what happens. Sure enough, I shoot and miss with the great accuracy of the E-100, but also he started backing up, and I was just trying to clutch shot and, you know, hit him. But he doesn't have a good shot on me yet. Whoever was playing their 5120, you know, I'll give a shout out to him. It was, I don't know if I can read his name here. He's an Amigo, Amigo, Igamao. Sorry about chopping your name up from the clan of DBL. He's pretty good. He knew what he was doing. He could have unloaded his clip magazine on me and bounced every round probably, but he didn't. He waited pretty patiently. He's close to full health, and he does put a round into my turret, and he bounces, which I was surprised. But I think he was shooting gold rounds because I've got my hull at a 45, and he was able to put 2 rounds in my lower plate. I'll put it down. I actually hit him here. So I hit him for 666, 750 average damage, and I hit him for 666. Like, come on. Jeez, oh Pete's. So you can see on the bottom right where he actually penetrated that one up at the top left there. That was actually a bounce from another tank, the 111-14 earlier. So now he's down to 794 still. I mean, if I 750 average damage, but I've been hitting low. I mean, RNG had it out for me in this match, but I just kept getting low shots every time. But I'm just waiting, literally waiting for the T92 just to put one right on my head, and or light up so I knew where he was, and nothing. So I'm backing up. Boom, hits me with another shell. I'm at a 45, puts it right next to the one where that bounced earlier from the 111-14. So at that angle, I really feel he was using gold rounds, but hey, nothing, no, I'm not talking bad about it. I mean, I would have been using gold rounds on an E-100 too. No ifs, ands, or buts. But that knocked me down to 157 hit points, and so I'm really sweating bullets. All that T92 has to do is splash near me. But I'm feeling pretty confident that we got this in the bag. The only thing they have that's really full health is their Waffle 4, which is really lightly armored. So as long as we can bounce a couple rounds as a team, we can get in there and take him out. So I'm moving in on the 5120. You know, I'm like, at this point, I have no clue how much damage I did. I was guessing I had about maybe 2,500. I wanted to have closer to 3,500, 4,000 damage, because you get obviously a better win rate. So I'm thinking, you know, I can finish him off one shot. I'm gonna zing up here and just take him out. You know, I can hopefully get in there and take him out. And boom! I shoot a heat round, and I should have slowed it down, but it ended up hitting that dead. I think it was the MX-30 there. It hit the front little portion of where his track would have been, or the frame of the tank up here, or it hit the actual tank track area right here. But yep, completely missed the 5120, and I watched it earlier, and I had slowed it down to slow-mo, and I was actually aimed right on the 5120. It just completely RNG. Does not like me, and it hit that dead tank. Well, I was kind of bummed about that, but I knew I had to back out of there real quick. And then, so the 62A just took out the E5, and then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, hey, a full health T92, lovely. And so he's wanting to come around and derp somebody. He just wants to get another good amount of damage. The T10 just takes out the 5120, so all I got left now is a Waffle and the T92. So I'm going to push forward that Waffle PZ4 setting around. I'm trying to, don't have my zoom mod. He's sitting right there on my side of the map, so I'm thinking I'll push up there and just take him out, or hit him, you know, knock him half his health. He's only 1,600 hit points. And lo and behold, the T92 was nice enough to come around, and bye-bye. So I got surprised I hit him with the luck I've been having with RNG. So I was able to take the T92 out. Right here, we're all low health. We're all one-shottable for that PZ4. Literally, we all are. So whoever goes around that corner first is going to get it. And unfortunately for the Type 4 Heavy, he was the one that got it. I was going to try getting in there to get a shot on this PZ4, but with 3/4 of what was left of our team going in there, I'm like, yeah, it's just a waste. I'm not going to even get in there to get a shot off, or I'll just be in the way. So anyways, that was the game in the E-100, and I was pretty happy with it. I actually have the stats. I don't know if it will show on the recording, the software, if I go to the stat page, if it's going to show it or not. Ended up, I did 4,500 damage, blocked about 2,800 damage, 3 kills. So it was a pretty, it ended up being a pretty good game. I think it was like 28,000 I lost in credits because of shooting all heat rounds. And, you know, stupid me, I could have probably, towards the end there, loaded just AP rounds because most everything was lightly armored. But at that point, with 157 hit points left, I wanted to make sure if anything popped in front of me that I did not have to risk, you know, getting shot because of a bounce. So I just left the heat shells in there. So anyways, I'm going to try to go to the screen where it shows the stats. If it cuts out, this will be the end of the video. If it does cut out, you know, this was Tank and Trucker, and I'll see you on the battlefield. And always look forward to making more videos for you guys. I'm going to try making more as I go along as I can. I've been out west quite a bit recently, and I have Sprint, and Sprint has really bad reception in the north westerly area. I think I said it was out west. I meant out west. If I did say east, I meant west. So every time I want to get on tanks, make a video or anything, I have to use Truck Stop's Wi-Fi. So you got to really hope they got a decent Wi-Fi set up, and you're close to one of their routers, because you know, obviously I'm outside. So there was one place, and it's not too expensive. I think like today I paid $2.99 for all day to use their internet. So it saves on. I've got unlimited internet, but when I use my phone as a hotspot now, I only have 3 gigs. So the second I upload a video using my own internet, it's gone. Big time. 3 gig sucked away. If I do lose you, you know, I look forward to playing with you guys, and hopefully I see you on the battlefield, and y'all be safe. If I don't lose you, I'll be able to show you the stats here, and we'll find out what happens in a second. I don't know if you can still see it or hear me or anything, but if you can see it, I did 4,292 damage, got 3 kills. I got a base experience of 1,016 with that match. My team in general did pretty darn good. Our 62A did 4,286. Our E4 did 3,734. Now we had our M46 Pat and the Ripper Pat, and that tier 8 did 2,612. Our Panther 88 did 1886. Our T10, he did 1763. Oh, so our team and a whole did really good. We did a lot of damage. The other team didn't do too bad. Unfortunately, they had their WZ-131, their Ferdinand, their Panther 88, and their WZ-111 all did 0 damage. We only had one tank do 0 damage, and that was our Type 4 Heavy. I've got the Type 4 Heavy, and that's the same boat as E-100. The gun needs to have more penetration. That one's got a little bit more, but your gold round and your standard round are both AP. You don't get APCR and you don't get heat. So it gives you another AP round with just a little bit higher penetration. Whenever I play my Type 4 Heavy, I shoot nothing but premium rounds out of that, because unless it's really lightly armored French tanks or something, because it just does not have the penetration like the E-100 to go through heavily armored stuff. But yeah, so I ended up getting a steel wall, fire for effect, shell proof, and that was a class 1 badge, even though I already had I've got my master race tanker, my E-100. T92, yeah, I knocked his gun out when I killed him. Go figure. And it doesn't show. Huh. It doesn't show. It just shows that I did like critical damage. It doesn't say what I did. I didn't realize that on this World of Tanks' setup. But anyway, so under the detailed report, I had 11 shots, 9 hit, pen 7. Well, one round I bounced off the Moss, the other round I bounced off the E-100. 4,292 damage. I got hit 11 times. 5 penetrated, 6 bounced, and I blocked 2,850 damage. I spotted 3, damaged 4, destroyed 3, and I lost 28,617 credits. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is Tank and Trucker, and everybody be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.